Hey guys, it's Asher over here at Diesel Power Products. In front of me here, I got a Redhead steering gearbox. The one we're going to be opening up and going over some key features of is the 2879. This is for the 03 to 08, 59, and 67 Cummins in the 25 and 3500 platform. Once I get it open, we're going to go over some of the key features on what separates the Redhead box and makes them better than a lot of the competitors, as well as your OEM box you may have on your truck right now. Let's get this guy opened up. All right, we got this guy unboxed. We're going to go over some of the key features. So Redhead box has been around for a long time. They started up in 1981. That's 36 years in business now. They're good friends of us and local here in Washington State. Internally, they do some very unique features to all of their gearboxes that make them much better than what you're going to find at an auto parts store or what may be on your truck right now. Gearboxes on most trucks are going to be fatigued, wore out. On the 03 to 08 trucks, they're very common to have a lot of steering wheel wander. You'll have death wobble related issues. There's all kinds of things that are common to cause bad drivability in those trucks, and a lot of it can be related back to the gearbox itself. So going back to what's inside. The Redhead box takes an OEM box, which would have been equipped with the truck originally. And one of the first and foremost things they do is they're going to machine bore the housing. And that's going to be to ensure its straightness. And they're going to install needle bearings. Most of these, when you're looking at your sector shaft and bearings, they just use a standard bushing. When they machine them, they go to a bigger needle bearing. And that's physically going to keep the box from wearing out prematurely and also make it much more heavy duty. Jumping from there, next thing, they're going to be basically custom fitting each worm and piston with precise steel ball bearings. So the actual piston and worm gear in there, they have a bunch of ball bearings, and when they pull those out, there's going to be a lot of slop in them, so they go to the largest dimension possible in order to ensure that there's no play internally in the box. They polish the seal surfaces, so the input shaft seal as well as the sector shaft seal is going to be polished. And then they install very, very high-end OEM replacement seals. So none of your cheap auto parts store seals that are going to be common to fail, where you get a lot of leaking from the bottom of the sector shaft around the pitman arm. They take care of that issue. On certain select models, which is common to find on the Chrysler and Ford applications, you'll find them to install the new control valves, where the factory control valves are common to fail and cause a lot of that play and wandering you're feeling. They're going to replace those with their own in-house brand. That goes over some of the key features. Another cool thing about the Redhead box is they will pre-drill and tap these for hydraulic assist. So some of you off-road guys out there that are running a hydraulic ram, an aftermarket hydraulic ram, such as Howe, PSC, you name it, to be able to better steer those oversized tires, you can get a pre-drilled and tapped steering gearbox, which is going to be a plug-and-play install. If you had any questions, you want to grab a Redhead steering gearbox for your truck, don't hesitate, give us a call, 888-993-4373, or check us out at dieselpowerproducts.com.